to the next West Coast road trip vlog. You join me from the driver's seat. Yeah, I'm in the driver's seat for the first time. Tom has done about 3 hours of driving already this morning. I will insert some footage here of the place that we stopped for a little rest. We did a little 1 kilometer hike, walk around this famous tree. I don't really know what it was, to be honest, but it was a big tree. And now we are en route to Albany, which is the town that we are heading to tonight, or today, for the next few days. But on the drive there, we're trying to stop off at anything that we can that's like famous or, you know, signposted. So the next port of call is called the Valley of the Giants Treetop Walk, which apparently is a really famous treetop walkway, but it is very windy, so I'm not sure if they're going to be open, because on the website it does say if it's bad weather, but obviously can't really walk on the treetops if it's really windy. Tom is passenger for the first time today. How are you feeling?
Oh, good. I've actually enjoyed the drive.
Have you?
Good, yeah.
That's good. Anyway, we're going to set off. I'm going to stop waffling, but this is the Albany to Esperance leg of our southwest part of our West Coast road trip. That was a mouthful. We are at the Valley of the Giants Treetop Walk. Tom is already beginning the treetop walk. Guys, I've got a hat on. This is how well, it's not that it's cold per se, it's just really windy. So yes, I am wearing a hat. I don't know why I suggested this, because it's see-through. Guys,
you hate
I hate stuff like this. I just really thought it would be not see-through, and it's swaying loads as well. No, Tom, stop, please. Just keep walking. Bloody hell, guy. I think I've got regrets. There you go, guys. This is the highest point. We are 40 meters above ground level here. That's quite high, I'd say. The views are actually insane as long as you don't look down. Like the panoramic views, incredible. Look at this tree. That is like literally the biggest hollowed out tree I've ever seen. Well, it's not been hollowed out, has it? A hollow tree, you know what I mean? On our final stop on this leg of the journey to Albany, we have come to Denmark, which I think sounds quite funny. All day I've been like, oh, we're going to Denmark, that's the last stop. This is the town of Denmark in Australia's southwest. It is, I would call it like a town or a village. Google actually keeps listing it as a city. It's definitely not. But it's really cute. It's kind of like oldie worldy. It's definitely the place that we visited that has the most going on today. Like of all of the other places that we've stopped, this is for sure the biggest. So if you're doing this route and you're looking for a place to stay over ahead of Albany, this would be a really good point. But also if you're just looking for somewhere to come and get like dinner or like go to a restaurant, stock up on food from a supermarket, there's like a lot of stuff here. Plus, we just went to a really nice bakery just called the Denmark Bakery, but if you're ever here, I really recommend. They had so many incredible like, bakery goods and also really good coffee. But this is our last point of call now. We should be able to make it to Albany in about 30 minutes, do you reckon?
I'm sure.
40 minutes?
I haven't done the thing yet.
Tom has done
a lot of driving.
A lot of driving. How are you feeling?
I'm alright, a bit tired.
Tired. It has been a long day of driving. This is pretty much the longest, actually no, it's longer to Esperance, but it's okay. We've got this, we've got coffee now.
The Peter Crouch podcast coming through.
Tom's been listening to the Peter Crouch podcast. Let's go. We have just pulled up at our pitch for the next 2 nights. Basically, guys, we are staying in powered campsites at the moment because Travelers Autobahn recommend that it's plugged in at least basically like every other or every third day, because obviously if we're charging everything off it, like phones and lights, and we're running the electrics without the engine on, the worst thing to happen would be the battery go dead of the van when you're driving. You know, you stop and then it not turn over and start again. That would just be terrible. So we've been paying for powered sites, which are about $10 more than a non-powered site, so it's not really bad. That's what Tom's doing now. But yeah, this is where we are staying tonight. This is called Tasman Park Caravan Site in Albany. Tom told me earlier that my hair looks like Thor, and I think that he's right actually. But yeah, this is Tasman Park. It's really well reviewed. Like the reviews of this place are really good. And it's within walking distance of the town as well. So you know it's chilly because tonight we have got the heater on. Right now I am actually just in a vest top, but the reason we've done this south bit of the journey first is because we both, mainly me actually, really want to go to Esperance, which is really famous, and if it is a nice weather day it will absolutely be worth it. But like today has been very cold. It also has rained a lot. Not thriving, but it is okay. We're very cozy in here. It actually does feel quite nice. The lights that are built into the camper van make the camera sensor flicker a lot, so I've got my torch on. But we're gonna have a fairly early night and I will pick you guys up in the morning. Good morning from day 4, 5. I've actually already lost count. But it's a pancake kind of morning, guys. We're using up the rest of the batter. We've got that indoor heater blowing at the chairs because it's so cold. Hi guys, it is now Thursday. I've got up and done my hair and makeup, if you can call it that. Like, I've put on a little bit of makeup and I've plaited my hair. Today we are spending the day in Albany. We are going to see some of the like musty things in the area. A big one at this time of year, which we've actually got really lucky with. So even though it is kind of winter and we're not camping at the best time, it is actually whale season, which means that in and around the southwest and just the whole west coast really at the moment, there's migrating whales. And in Albany specifically, it's famous for seeing like orca whales and humpback whales, and you can see them from the beaches. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that we might get lucky. We're gonna head to a few different places. There's like some spots across basically the coast where you might see them. So we're just gonna see, hope for the best, and if not, we're gonna have a little coastal walk, just explore the area. We're not gonna venture too far in the van because we did a lot of driving yesterday and we're doing a lot of driving tomorrow, but today we're just gonna like see the areas around this place. How did you sleep?
I actually slept really well. It was warm. Well, it was cold outside, but I was warm.
Yeah.
But I'm always warm. I think you was a bit cold.
I was okay. We slept like in the sleeping bags because the other nights we've been using them as like duvets, but last night I slept in the sleeping bag and I was fine.
It does keep the heat in there. We had a heater on for like maybe half an hour before we went to bed. I think, well, that kept it warm enough for me through the night. We just had a guy actually come up to us next door and he was like, oh, I felt really bad for you seeing you in this. I was going to bring you some warm soup.
That was a real backhanded compliment. He was like, I want to bring you some warm food, and I was like, oh, that's so lovely of him. But he was like, you just look freezing in this van, and I was like, oh, that's not that bad.
No, we was okay, but it was nice of him. Everyone's so nice when you're camping.
Everybody is so friendly here, guys. We've been chatting to so many people that are just like around us on the campsite, and everybody is so nice. This is Middleton Beach, and this up here is a walkway that apparently from the top there's a viewing platform, and hopefully we might be able to see some whales, but I'm not optimistic.
We are along the boardwalk now, looking for, what kind of whales is it?
Orcas and humpbacks.
So far, there are no whales, so that's a bit disappointing. I don't know if we've got here a bit late, because it's like 10 o'clock now, but you know. Google
says to get here early in the morning, so that's something to note.
They do a little show between 7 and 9 and then they clear off apparently. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what we can find, and hopefully you can see it as well. I was just watching trying to watch the whales, and I turned around and Molly's come and sat here. And she goes, I'm sat here because it's a place to rest a while. See what I'm dealing with?
What, sitting down? There's nothing wrong with that.
Get up, we've come here to look at the whales, not sit down. Come on.
You didn't read the nice story that went with it.
Oh, I feel bad now. I wasn't meaning it disrespectfully.
Okay, it would appear in this particular view location there are no whales. This is the National Anzac Centre, guys, which is a museum commemorating, I think, World War I and World War II. I don't know too much about it yet, but that's why we're going inside. So this museum is super interactive and a really great way to learn about how Albany was involved in the First World War, and honestly it played a pretty big role. Like, most of the boats that set sail for Europe left from this harbour, so obviously it's had a big effect on the town, and the museum is done really respectfully, and I definitely think it's worth checking out if you're ever here. So we have been using the facilities on the campsites the last few nights to cook. So like, even though obviously we are in a van, the campsite has like a mini kitchen. And actually this one has a pretty big kitchen because this is the small one. And if we were to walk like a little bit further around that way, there's like a massive kitchen.
It's a really nice modern area.
Yeah, it actually is, and it's really clean and stuff as well. This is the current setup, guys. We are working on some bits, working on the travel guide, guys. Yeah, cozy van life vibes. This is what an evening in the van looks like. Good morning. I let my hair dry naturally last night instead of trying to brush it straight. It is a big old road trip day.
We're gonna head to Esperance today.
Yep.
It's, how far is it?
It's a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, 5-hour drive. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably stop somewhere halfway for a little bit, get some lunch, have a little bit of a chill out, and then maybe swap. Yeah, you might do a bit of a drive.
No, we're just gonna drive straight through to Esperance. Basically, on the way here we were like looking for things to do, but today we just want to get there really. But we are gonna stop to swap the driving and to get like a coffee halfway. So. But
to be honest, we're feeling pretty good.
It's early.
Yeah,
like
we aim to be out at 7:30, and it's currently 7:27. So
we need to get going.
Yeah, we're actually on time for once.
So guys, we have just stopped for petrol on the way to Esperance. We're nearly there. This is the kind of town that we are stopping in. And when I say town, I mean this is the pretty much entire town. What's really blowing my mind, guys, we've been driving for 4 hours on the same straight road. We have not turned off. We have not really moved at all. We've just been driving in a straight line. We've passed probably about 6 cars. There is nothing here. This is the most barren landscape I've probably ever seen. I can't describe it other than I've been looking at the same road for 4 hours and it looks like the same bit of road. Like, it's like I'm just in the Matrix. So like the world is glitching and I'm like, whoa, why are we still staring at the same stretch of road? This is like the first bit of civilization that we've seen. This is the petrol station. Tom's just going into it now. This is crazy, guys. This is it. This is like basically the town. We have arrived in Esperance, guys. We have just got to this campsite. This is probably the quietest one that we have been at, which I'm surprised by because I thought that Esperance was going to be quite busy with tourists, but I just don't think it is the right season. We kind of are doing this in the winter, but I think, fingers crossed, tomorrow it's still going to be beautiful when we go over to the national park. But today we're going to spend the afternoon exploring the actual town, the beachfront, the jetty, the like water, basically near where we're staying. Obviously we've done like a 5-hour drive. When I say we, I mean Tom did do the whole drive, even though I did offer several times.
She did offer, but it was fine.
It was actually fine, wasn't it?
Yeah, it went quite quick.
Went so
we've
fast.
Got worse coming out. What is it?
7 hours back to Perth. But like, honestly, I think, not to jinx it, but today's was actually really okay.
Yeah, it was fine. We might have to have a stop on the 7th.
Yeah, for sure. Don't know what to expect from the town itself. The only photos I've seen of Esperance really are the national park. Guess we'll see.
Let's do this.
Tom and I were just saying, if it was a sunny day, this would look insane because the water is so blue and the sand is so white, but it's just cloudy. I do feel as though the sun plays a big part in how a beach looks. So we found this little like shopping area. I've never really seen anything like this. All of the shops are kind of like, I don't know, they're giving like town hall, like church hall vibes, the way they're sort of popped up in these little like buildings like this. We just came out of this one. It's like an eco shop, like a, yeah, it does look like a church. Maybe it probably was. They're all really cool. I think it used to be like a little settling, like a settlers area back in the day, and they've converted it. So we've just come for a coffee and they asked if I wanted a small or a large chai latte. I say coffee, it's not coffee. So I said large, but like, look at the size of this. It's not a large, this is a bucket. Wow, look at Tom's drink. We got a cookie to share as well, guys. This is such a good little snack stop. That looks insane, doesn't it?
You can always count on me to find something that looks like this.
Yeah, that's true. I am head chef right now and this is the setup. This particular campsite doesn't really have kitchen facilities. It sort of does, but they're very small and there's already somebody in there. So this is my setup. I've got my makeshift table, which is a cardboard box that we took from Coles, and then the stove, and then the pan, which is currently boiling water because I'm about to cook pasta. Tom is currently washing up all of our dishes from lunchtime. I am on cooking duty in the pitch black. Although this is the travel light that we got from Kmart and it's actually so good. It costs like $12 and this is on the dimmest setting. It is so bright. It would be a really good studio light, you know? Good morning from Esperance. I'm in the driver's seat because today is the big day, guys. We are going to go and see all of the famous Esperance landmarks that have made me want to visit here. I'm not going to lie, people on Instagram are doing bits for the tourism of this place because I would not have heard of this if I hadn't have seen it a million times on TikTok and Instagram. So our first destination and stop of the day is Pink Lake, which is quite famous here in Esperance. A lot of the roads are named after it. You can't really avoid it. It's like everywhere. And we have just pulled up here. And I'll be honest with you,
It's not pink.
it's not even a little bit pink.
It's just a lake.
I thought, oh, maybe it'll have like hues of pink that look really good if you up the saturation when you edit the photo. I don't think you can even work with the photo of this place.
No, I think that it looks like there's parts of it that are trying to be pink.
A bit, yeah.
But like, if it wasn't called the Pink Lake, I wouldn't have been like, oh yeah.
I wouldn't have even looked at it twice.
No.
We're gonna get out anyway. We're gonna have a wander over to it. We're gonna read the sign because there is a sign at the right of where I've parked up saying, why is Pink Lake not pink? So we're gonna go read that. But I think the main bulk of today is going to be the big national park, which is where the beaches are that have just been voted Australia's #1 beach. So we're going to be visiting that. This really reminds me, in fact I'm actually going to film the TikTok, but it reminds me of the audio where it's like, this is what I wanted, the pastel, this is what I got. Looks like a completely different place. That's not here. That is literally just just a river. Like, I mean, it is beautiful, guys. Obviously it's nice to look at. Nothing about it is pink. I would say if you're coming to Esperance to go to the pink lake, don't bother. The more famous one that does still look pink, although I would say arguably probably more red, is in the north. It's like north of Perth, not here. Back in the van we go. We just got here, we just drove down the hill. So Cape Le Grand, is that what it's called? Cape Le Grand National Park is where Lucky Bay is, and Lucky Bay has just last week been voted Australia's #1 best beach, like out of the entire country. A country that is literally lined with beaches. I think it has something stupid like 10,000 beaches, and this one is the #1. And I was expecting a lot from it, I'll be honest with you. When we came down that hill, my jaw literally dropped to the floor. When I tell you I've never seen water this colour, you can sort of see it behind me, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. There is no Photoshop, there is no colour correction, there is nothing on this clip. Sorry.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
The other camera broke.
Why don't you? 'Cause
What I was trying to say before I threw the camera on the floor is there's a very good reason that this is the #1 beach in Australia, and it's actually so stunning, and it's very windy, so I'll probably tell you about it afterwards, but this is just so worth the journey. This viewpoint that we have just walked up to, guys, is ridiculous. You can kind of get a scale for like just how blue and just how big this place is as well. Like, the beach goes this whole way round. You can drive on all of it if you have a 4-wheel drive as well, which is actually really cool. Okay guys, it's been a little while since I properly spoke to you, looking a bit windswept. We sat in the van and had some lunch, and now we've driven over to Hellfire Bay, which is the next bay over from Lucky Bay, and this is probably slightly less famous but like equally as spoken about on Instagram. I've seen a lot of people chatting about this, so we're gonna go and have a look. It has just clouded over, but I can see from here that the water still looks pretty incredible.
As long as it doesn't rain.
Fingers crossed. Just such incredible landscapes, guys, like the hills, the ocean, the rocks, just everything.
You don't know how much I love you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
It is quite a lot later on now, guys, and we are heading for dinner in the town of Esperance, so we're actually going to walk there, which will make a nice change from the driving. Means we can actually have like a proper evening meal. Obviously that we have been eating proper evening meals, but we've cooked every single meal so far in the van, which is amazing because it's saving us so much money. But we would have had to go to the supermarket today anyway, and we thought, you know what, instead of doing a shop, it's Saturday night, we are in a town where there are restaurants, so we're gonna go and find somewhere to eat, treat ourselves a little bit. It's a Saturday night, and it's been a lovely day, so I feel like that's a nice end to the day. We are in a bar called 33 Degrees, which is kind of like a pub. I'll show you. There is Tom, got ourselves a little drink, and then this is the like actual bar kind of pub area. It serves food, kind of like a beach club kind of vibe. This is dinner, guys. It looks pretty good. I kind of wish I'd got a side of fries to go with this because I am actually so hungry, and I don't know if this salt's gonna fill me up, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm probably gonna steal Tom's. Oh guys, we got a dessert. Did we need this?
Oh, we didn't need it, but I wanted it.
Good morning, guys. It is the next day. I think the last thing I maybe filmed was dinner, and then we spent the entire evening working. I can't lie, we have been working so hard. I probably have already spoken about it or put it at the front of the video, beginning of the video, but we have basically launched e-travel guide. Tom and I have been working on these for a month. Like, these have taken so long, but they've really come together in the last like week and a half.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Kind of just been like finalizing of them, and we have been working on on them so hard whenever we've had signal. So I would really love if you guys could check the website out. It's literally just molly-thompson.com. Yeah, basically, if you're interested in backpacking or traveling, or you're watching these vlogs because you think, yeah, that sounds a bit of me, I feel like you'll really like them. I feel like we have poured everything into them, not to sound cringe, but like they are based solely off our experience. Like, you know, I feel as though we've done it firsthand. It's taken us a while to get around to writing about it, but we are making progress, and there's going to be loads of countries added. Basically every country we've ever traveled in or backpacked in. Probably not going to include countries I've been on holiday to, but countries that I've backpacked in I am working on, basically. So that's what we were doing last night, and now we are back in the car. We just got a little Mackey's breakfast because it's a 7-hour drive today, guys. We are heading back to Perth. We have finished our South Coast road trip. We have done the Southwest. We are now heading back towards the city before we head north. So I'll probably pick you up when we get there. It's going to be a long day. I'm doing the first bit of driving because Tom has done the long drive so far. I haven't done any, so it's my turn. I've got my coffee. Tom is just filling up the van, and then we're gonna go. We have just made our halfway stop, guys. This is Wave Rock, so called because it looks like an ocean wave. Like, here is Tom. I don't know why you're sitting down. We've been stretching our legs, not sitting down. We've been sitting down for 4 hours.
Long drive.
It has not for you. Guys, I successfully drove the 4 hours, pretty much exactly, to Wave Rock, which is just over halfway. So we only have like 3 and a bit left to go. So we're gonna carry on. Something I will say, this is worth stopping at. It is pretty much en route. Like, we haven't detoured really at all to come here. I think it's like a 10-minute detour. But there is a lot of flies here. A lot of flies. Like, they're landing on my face even as I'm talking, and it's like, oh, I can't.
No understanding why we're getting like so many splats on the windscreen. Like,
yeah.
literally
Tom, you are covered in them. Yeah, the windscreen, guys, oh my god, it looks like a fly graveyard. Yeah, I'm not looking my finest, but it is a warm day. The sky is blue, the rock is nice. We're probably going to carry on the drive pretty quick because, like, you know.
So this is the end of this vlog, which is Albany and Esperance. Thank you so much for watching it, and if you enjoy me doing these little cameo appearances every now and again, let us know in the comments, and I'll maybe do a few more for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the vlog, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. We really enjoyed Esperance. Like, I definitely think it's worth visiting the national park. I would probably say, however, this entire road trip would be the best in the summer. Like, we aren't doing it in the best months. It is obviously right now autumn into winter.
We've done it just like maybe even 2 weeks too late.
Yeah.
I genuinely even think if we'd have done it like beginning of May, we'd probably have been fine, because like everyone we spoke to at every site has been like, oh, you've just missed the good weather by a week.
That's so true, but obviously I think part of camping is you can't guarantee the weather. Part of this kind of travel is like, yeah, obviously if you come to Australia in the summer months, it is going to be hotter, but like even then, when we came in the summer months, we still had rain. It rained a lot. Like, you can't promise anything. But I will say that the national park in probably both Albany and Esperance would look and did look a lot better in the sunlight. Anyway, that is our review. If you are travelling Australia's southwest, let us know in the comments, and also, as Tom said, let us know if you like him doing the vlogging. And
also let me know if you don't like it, because I'll just stop. Yeah. I'm kind of enjoying it. I feel like I'm becoming a bit more natural.
Definitely, I would say.
So see you in the next one. Maybe I'll open the next one for you.
Maybe you will. Wow.
Right, see you guys.
Bye guys.